Welcome back, Devils fans. It is your host, Ace, here on Running with the Devils, where we are talking New Jersey Devils hockey all year long. Please hit that subscribe button, smash the like, share with a friend. Thank you very much. And your New Jersey Devils head out for Game 2 of the 5-game homestand, looking to build on the 3-2 win over the Kraken the other night, hosting the Avalanche, and it was not in the cards. This one was ugly. This one was painful. This one, there's not enough words to say how bad this one was. The New Jersey Devils fall by a score of 4-0. A shutout loss at home at the Rock. Completely painful. The 5th time the New Jersey Devils have been shut out this season in game number 30, which comes to 16.7% of the games. I don't know what's going on here. I have no words. It is one of the weirdest things I've ever seen. But 5 shutout losses in the first 30 games is just unacceptable and just very bizarre. 16.7% of the total games we played result in being shut out. Another former Devils goalie, Scott Wedgewood, comes into the Rock with his new club, just traded to the Avalanche a couple weeks ago, and shuts out the Devils, very reminiscent of the MacKenzie Blackwood and San Jose Sharks shutout from a few weeks ago. And wow, another former Devils goalie comes in and just shuts the door. Now, I have to look back and see what our best chances were. I was at the game. Shout out to everyone else who sat at the Rock through this painful performance, or lack thereof, I should say. But I feel like he didn't get tested that much. I do feel that Blackwood was tested more in that Sharks game than Wedgewood was tonight in net for the Avs. The Devils just completely flat. This now marks 9 out of the last 10 games the Devils surrender the first goal. 9 out of the last 10. This is one of the more painful carryover elements, in my opinion, from last season. We saw last season the Devils, I believe, had the record or were close to the all-time record for most first goals allowed, and it was like in the high 50s, I think, and that has carried over to this season somehow, some way. 9 out of the last 10 the Devils gave up the first goal, and we credit to the Devils, they came back and won a lot of those games, but now in that same stretch, 4 of those games the Devils gave up a goal on the first shot against. Jake Allen in net tonight for the Devils, first time it's happened to him, but Markstrom has previously allowed in 3 different games a goal on the first shot against. Super bizarre, another weird element kind of on the season. They have to figure this out. The slow starts are just killing us, and we can't keep playing from behind. Constantly chasing is not what we want to do. New Jersey Devils hockey, we want to get that first goal, hopefully add another one, and then play our game. Constantly having to play catch-up, not good. Devils, in last night's game against the Avs, had 2 disallowed goals, one with the high stick, which was legitimate. So we didn't get screwed there. The second one, I still don't fully understand what happened. I haven't had time to go back and rewatch, but I guess the ref was in the process of blowing it dead because he lost track of it. But the puck was loose, and the Devils, in my opinion, got shafted there. These refs got to get in better positions and pay more attention or whatever it is, because that should have been a goal, and that could have changed the whole game. But Devils were flat. Once again, the Avalanche, credit to them, they played a good game. Obviously, everyone knows, it's not a secret, the way to shut down the Devils is take away the transition game, take away their speed, take away the rush, and neutralize their best weapon. That is hands down the New Jersey Devils' best offensive weapon, is coming in off the rush, using the speed, and creating chances. The Avalanche last night clogged up the middle, clogged up the neutral zone, try to force the Devils to the outside, make them work the puck down low, work for possession, cycle it, and it just wasn't there. It just was not there, and more teams are going to do this. Not every team is going to have the personnel to do it as effectively as the Avalanche did last night, but we've seen it several times now where this is the known way to shut down the Devils. Take away that middle of the ice, clog it up, and make them go to their plan B and C. And unfortunately, the Devils' plan B and C in terms of generating offense on a lot of nights falls flat, and last night was one of them. And they're going to have to figure out, when teams employ this type of tactic, how are you going to generate offense and score goals? Because you're going to keep seeing it more and more. When it's a proven way to neutralize the Devils, these videotapes are out there, and teams do their homework. They do film. They go over this with the players. you're going to see it more and more. So it's not just going to be once every few weeks. No, more and more teams are going to use this to shut down the offense. You got to find a way to break through and go to those plans B and C when the rush game isn't working. And last night was one of the nights where it just was shut down completely, and the Devils just had no emotion. That's the saddest thing. After they went down 2-0, I was hoping for like a big hit, maybe someone to start a fight, just something to spark the boys and try to get a jolt in the arena. The arena was fairly dead, I would say, after we went down 2-0, just a somber kind of mood, and it was a little depressing. One of the worst games I've ever been to, in my opinion. I'm trying to think. I don't know that there's many others. A shutout loss where there's no fights or no anything to cheer for, pretty painful overall. And yeah, wow, what a painful one to go to be at live. It would have been painful on my couch, but being there makes it that much more painful. We look at the game stats. Avalanche with 23 shots on goal, Devils with 25 shots. Avalanche getting the best of the faceoffs, 55.6% to the Devils' 44.4%. Avs 0 for 2 on the power play. Devils 0 for 3 on the power play. You rarely see the Devils' power play has been incredible as of late. Couldn't get the job done tonight, and as a lot of us have talked about in previous lives and throughout comments and things, is that a lot of nights the 5-on-5 play is not stellar, and we get bailed out by the power play. Tonight, the power play was powerless, and we suffered big time as a result. Avalanche with 12 hits, Devils with 19 hits. Avalanche with 19 block shots, Devils with 12 block shots. Avalanche with 13 giveaways, Devils with 8 giveaways. Avalanche with 6 takeaways, the Devils with 2 takeaways. And man, I'm still depressed over it. But like I say after every loss, the sky is not falling and it's not the end of the world. The New Jersey Devils are still a very good team. I don't know what the expectations are for some of the people that I come in contact with, whether it's in the comments or in the lives. I don't necessarily know what you are looking for in terms of, record or wins, whatever it is. I think it's unrealistic. When you look at the Eastern Conference as a whole, okay, there's only 3 teams playing at a better points percentage in the entire Eastern Conference than your New Jersey Devils. Those teams, the Devils are right now at a .633 points percentage, very respectable. And if someone told me through 30 games the Devils would have the record they have with this points percentage, I would have signed up in a heartbeat. And anyone with half a brain, I believe, would have done the same. Through 30 games, the Devils are 18-10-2 with 38 points, .633 points percentage. The only teams in the entire Eastern Conference better than that are the Panthers, just minorly better than the Devils at a .643 points percentage. The Carolina Hurricanes a little better than them at .648. And then the class of the conference is the Washington Capitals. One of the stunning stories of the year. Capitals at a .741 points percentage. They just seem to win every night. But big opportunity squandered for the Devils. The Canes lost the night before. And could have gained some ground. But long season, plenty of games left. 52 regular season games remaining. I'm not remotely panicking or anything like many of you people. It is a disturbing trend, again, that when teams decide to employ this type of defensive strategy against the Devils, that they do struggle mightily. That has to change. We can't keep getting shut out. Being shut out in 5 games through 30 is just, it's an egregious crime. 16.7% or 16.6 repeating percent of the games that have resulted in a shutout loss. I mean, wow. Totally bonkers. But it is what it is. You're not going to win every game. Sometimes you're going to have ugly outings. Unfortunately, last night against the Avalanche was one of them. But your New Jersey Devils are playing at a .633 points percentage, guys. .633. So just let me do the calculations here. We're firmly in third in terms of points percentage. In third in the Metropolitan Division. And right now, the .633 points percentage is on pace for a 104-point season. Again, not much different than where we've been at various points over the past couple weeks. A couple days we were probably slightly below that, and for a couple days after a little streak, we're a little bit above. But for the most part, that's the pace the boys have been playing at, and that is a very good pace, especially considering where they were last year. Quite the turnaround under General Keefe. And again, Rome wasn't built in a day. He has a lot of work to do. It's still only 30 games, and we are firmly in the top 3 in the division. And we're right on the heels of the Canes. And call me crazy, I do believe that eventually the Caps are going to have to cool off. And down the stretch, we can be in contention for the division. I don't think that's out of the question. We'll see what happens. But I'm not concerned outside of the fact that Devils have to figure out when they have to go to that plan B, when the rush is taken away, how they're going to generate offense, get some goals, stop getting shut out by these, I don't want to say mediocre goalies, but these guys aren't world beaters, and we're getting shut out by them. The former Devil thing is becoming scarring. I'm getting PTSD. Former Devils, especially the goalies, just having so much success against them. It's got to stop. I got to look up what other former Devils goalies we may run into throughout the rest of the season because they got to prepare. I don't know what it is, but something has to change. And I jokingly said in the last live after the Kraken game that I really hope we don't go against Wedgewood because he will probably have the game of his life against us. And I don't think he was forced to have the game of his life per se because of the lack of offense generated by the Devils, but came in our building and pitched a shutout. I mean, damn, to be there live was just so bad. To not have a goal, those poor children whose parents dragged them to the arena, and for them not to have anything to cheer about, wow. Wow, but they got to throw it in the trash, forget about it. Big game Tuesday back at the Rock. Game 3 of the 5-game homestand, playing General Keefe's former club, the Toronto Maple Leafs. The Leafs are playing a very similar points percentage to the Devils at .630 right now, so almost identical points percentage for both the Devils and Leafs, and it's going to be a test. It's going to be a real test. They got weapons, man. They got real weapons. Austin Matthews and Mitch Marner, Tavares, Willie Nylander. I mean, wow. But home opener, they got us. The Leafs beat us in our home opener. Keefe didn't get the win he was desperately looking for, and the boys now have to come out. They've been responding to losses very well. I believe the last at least 3 or 4 losses, I believe the Devils suffered. They came back and won the next game, and they have to do that Tuesday. This is a big one now. Game 3 of the 5-game homestand, trying to get revenge on the Leafs, trying to get revenge for General Keefe, and hopefully they get it done. But stinker at the Rock last night, Devils falling 4-0 to the Avs. Just got to throw it away and move on. These games happen. For the people panicking, I'm here to tell you, it's not the end of the world. You can't win every game. And just to put it into perspective, Devils are playing at a .633 points percentage pace. That's a 104-point season. We're firmly in the top 3 in the division. Only 3 teams in the entire conference are playing better hockey at the moment. And so wake up and smell the roses. Enjoy the improvement. This team is much better than last year's team. And I fully believe once the playoffs roll around, you're really going to see what this team is capable of. But let me know in the comments what you thought about this game. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's going to be a pretty unanimous kind of outlook on it. Let me know what you think about the Leafs game coming up. Let me know what you think about anything. Anything, everything Devils hockey. Throw it out there in the comments. I enjoy talking to most of you. Not all of you. Some of you are too negative for my liking, but I enjoy talking to most of you. And I'll be back soon. But wow, I'm just kind of still soaking in the painful loss that was. But that's it. That's it. Thank you for watching. I love you all. Like, comment, subscribe, and all that jazz. Until next time, friends, let's go Devils.